All right, all right, all right, all right. So, this discussion is about child support and how child support has always been a mechanism of the devil. And so, I know I'm about to piss off a whole lot of ladies, and you ask me if I give a hoot about how you feel when you need to take the time out to hear about how you're pissing off God. Okay. Um, Child support is of the devil. We were never supposed to make kids on money first and foremost. We was never supposed to be making raising our children on principles of who's got the most money. Firstly, secondly, the entire female species, and you got a man out here on child support. You got one of God's bastard sons on child support, making no never mind about what he did, why he did it, or how he did it. God does not care about any of that. What God cares about is you taking the time out to receive his voice and hear how it is that being a single mom and having to being a single struggling mother is consequence of your action. That man needs to be able to get his own home. That man needs to be able to get what, and it doesn't matter about, oh well, he's about to get another female and he's going to move that female into his house and have them around my kids and blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter. That man's got his own life just like you got your own life. Forgiveness, mercy, and grace, ladies, and then go down to the child support office and tell them that you want to take that man up off of child support. It's not about raising people up on money. And then you've got to accept, own, and confess, ladies, that you brought the devil into your life, and the devil does not care about you. He doesn't care about you struggling. He doesn't care about you suffering. He doesn't care about any of that. What God cares about is you being that woman that you claim to be, being that bigger and better person that you claim to be, and go down there because you've accepted, owned, and confessed that you raising these children, being a single mom, being a suffering, struggling single mom, is consequence of your action of fornicating with these men. You ain't had no business fornicating with them whatsoever. Fornication is of the devil. God already promised us that. Fornication is of the devil. You're not supposed to be going out here and to stoop it down to the devil's level, all because this man cheated on you, he lied to you, he betrayed your trust. That was your fault. Can you accept, own, and confess that as so-called professed women and accept that about yourself? That was your fault. You brought the devil into your life. That's the reason why the devil lied to you. That's the reason why the devil cheated on you. That's the reason why the devil betrayed your trust. That's the reason why the devil mistreats you. That's the reason why the devil disrespects you. That's the reason why the devil puts his hands on you. That's the reason why the devil, because you keep fornicating with the devil. And then you want to stoop down to his level, honestly believing that you running down to the child support office is going to make matters better for you and them kids. No, the only ones that's going to be suffering are those children. Why? Because those children deserve to have both parents in their lives, and to act like that ain't going to do nothing but push that man further away, and it's not going to do nothing but push that man further away into the hands of the devil. Before you sit here and you show that man some godliness, you show that man some forgiveness, some mercy, and some grace, and you show that man that you are capable of being better than him, and you're going to rise above him, you're going to rise above his own demons, because you've realized as a woman that your own demons is the reason why you got the devil up in your life. Period, point blank, end of the discussion. Those above the age of 34, you got a daughter out here who's in my age bracket, 34 years old. 34 years old. And she's got a man out here on child support, and you're above the age of 34, and you are this girl's mother and dad. It's your responsibility to raise this child up in righteousness. It's your responsibility to raise your daughter up in the truth. No matter how she's going to feel about it, no matter what comes flying out of her mouth. You want to know why? Because your faith says that God is going to have her come and turn it around. She's going to come, and she's going to come to her senses. She's going to wake up. She's going to spiritually wake up, and she's going to spiritually come to her senses. You all are not exercising faith out here as parents, and then you wonder why it is, and then you got the audacity to be sitting here questioning yourself and asking yourself, well, where did I go wrong with raising my child? You went wrong by not instilling the fear of God into your child, by making sure that you as the parent had fear of God in yourself. If that was the case, religion will not be in business, denominations will not be in business, and the devil will not be out here devouring almost humanity. The devil will not be out here devouring humanity. if everybody had the fear of God within them, like their mouth professes that they do. You got to actually study the word of God on a daily basis. You got to meditate in these words day and night. And elders, it would not hurt you to use some cannabis, because I'm trying to tell you what I tell you right now. You need boldness, you need courage, and you need bravery to be able to plant seeds of truth and to stand toe to toe with the devil. That's the reason why the devil's out here doing what he's doing, because the entire older population above the age of 34 have been out here faking their funk about their personal walk with my Father. If you was walking with my Father, your daughters would not be out here fornicating. Your sons wouldn't be out here fornicating. Your daughters wouldn't be out here brokenhearted and stooping down to the devil's level, running to these rich Europeans and running to the judges and trying to put a man on child support. And then they thinking, no, there was a sister a couple of years back. She posted a Facebook post and let it be known that women need to go down there and go take people off of child support, because the child support people are the ones that's taking majority of the money. Why? Because she chewed her child's daddy out about why she received a child support check for only $5. She took a picture of her child support check, posted on Facebook, and told women that they need to go and take their child's daddy off of child support, because the system is out here taking these kids' money. They're not giving the children their money. And then she chewed her child's daddy out. Her child's daddy sat there and said, no, hold on. He said, because I dropped the stack on the child support. I took $1,000 down there to the child support office. She asked him, because in certain states or whatever, but every state's supposed to be on the same system. Every state's supposed to tell you that you can only bring a check or money order for child support payments. Why? Because that you'll have some sort of receipt for yourself. So he sat there and said, no, I've got the receipt to prove that I brought money down there and it was more than just $5. She told him to bring it over here. He drove to her house, showed her the money order receipt that he went and got the money order, took it down there to the child support office, and the child support office only sent her a check for $5. And she posted that on Facebook, telling women to take people up their child's daddy off of child support, because the system is out here using the fact that you all got problems and they're eating off of it. So, and that's what the devil's been out here doing. The devil don't give a hoot about these kids. You all are the ones that honestly believe that the devil gives a damn about these children. The devil don't care about these kids. The devil does not care about you. The devil doesn't care about about their daddy either. God does. God cares about all of you. And you're the only ones who's betraying and failing those children, because you're betraying God and you're out here being Judas to Jesus all over again on how you follow Christ. You cannot sit here and just use your mouth, ladies, and say that you love God and you love Jesus, but then your actions are devilish. The devil would have you running down here to the child support office. Now, I can understand if the man sat here, you try to give the man a chance. You gave the man a chance. I can understand if you gave the man a chance. A lot of you women need to accept, own, and confess that y'all aren't out here giving them no chances, though. The first mess up that these boys are out here doing, and you all flying down there, putting them on there. No, let me go and get this man's, let me go get all of his money. Let me go get all of his money. And then how many of you women are taking this child support money and you tricking it off on yourself before you even take care of these kids? That money's supposed to go straight to these children. It doesn't go to you getting your hair weaved. I gotta go get my hair done. Louisville and all of these other people, they having these special occasions. It's done. What is it? Thunder over Louisville. I gotta go get my hair done. Girl, I can't wait for this child support money to hit my card. I gotta go get my nails done. I gotta go get an outfit. I gotta go get some new shoes. You blow the whole entire child support check on yourself before you even go out here and go. And then you go to the Fayette Mall to go get your shoes and clothes, but then you go to Walmart for your children. I'm telling you, and the only reason why these women are messed up like that, because these bastards is messed up like that. These so-called men, they are, all of them, every male species is guilty of it. So you sat here, you got the man, you on child support because you failed God. And woman, you're going to be a single mother because you failed God. So both of y'all need to wake the heck on up for the sake of these children, because those kids is going to burn in hell because of you all. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Y'all better learn to read the whole entire verse and not just read certain portions out of it. No, too many human beings know what Hosea 4:6 says about how, oh, well, my people are dying due to the lack of knowledge. But people don't know what the rest of Hosea 4:6 says, what God says is going to happen about how sin, how thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will forget your children. He's going to forget your kids. Your kids are going to be burning in hell with you, and that is going to be your torment. That's going to be one of your torments whenever you die. When you missing books of the Bible, you all don't have time for technological devices. When there are missing pieces of the Bible out here, and God is seeing fit to put it out here, when the Europeans got it all locked away over there in the Vatican and won't even let their own race come in and get saved by God. Y'all had better wake it on up. Y'all better seek after the whole truth of God, because religion and denomination sure as fire ain't be teaching you all of it. I don't give a hoot about how many years your whole entire family's been going to this church. Your denomination has not been teaching you, your religion has not been teaching you the whole entire truth of God. If religion and denominations were doing right by the Almighty God, would we have hell on earth? No, we would not. The Holy Bible has always been the truth. You tell your pastor and tell T.D. Jakes and tell the followers of T.D. Jakes, hey, sister's got something over here she wants to tell y'all. I don't mind telling folks. You don't know why? Because not one human being provides for me. Gina Yvonne Doherty takes care of herself. Why? Because God takes care of me. Not one human. I owe God before I owe any human being anything. I owe God before I owe anybody. And everybody else owes God before you ever owe me anything. And that's how I've always been. And there's people out here who can witness and testify on my behalf. The only reason why they won't, though, is because they pissed at me right now, because the truth is hurting them too. I can't help that, though. When I was telling you to get up in this Bible with me, and I was telling you to wake up with me, you should have chose to do so. That's the reason why they feel some type of way about me. They're in their feelings. They're all bent out of shape. But you chose to turn and reject God because you thought that the messenger right here was playing. I don't play about God. And I don't know what about me ever made you all feel that I was playing about this information and about this truth and about this knowledge and about these revelations God was giving me. I was the one that was out here trying to pull people along the way, while you all done nothing but mocked and laughed the Almighty God, because you laughed and you mocked the messenger he sent to you. And then if you stayed up in the Holy Bible, you would know what he says about mocking and laughing. He promises to mock at you and laugh at you when your calamity and your fear comes to you. He's going to laugh right back at you, right up in your face, and look at you and tell you, I told you so. I told you so. People don't like hearing those words, though. I told you so. And yet you're the one that is putting yourself in a position of having to be the one to hear and receive those words. You should have listened. You should have hearkened, you should have heeded, and you should have applied. And then you wouldn't find yourself in the predicaments that you find yourself in right now. You won't find yourself in the emotions that you find yourself in right now. And the only one that can accept, only confess that is yourself. You won't be lying to God. God knows when you're miserable. God knows when you're stressed out. God knows when you're depressed. And we ain't even got to be up in your presence. We don't even have to personally know you. It's called the spirit of discernment. When you are blessed by the hand of God, he speaks to you and let you know, nope, that person right there is lying about not being miserable. That person lying about not being stressed out. That person lying about not being depressed. And pride is what's going to bring their downfall. Pride always comes before the fall, because God promises that pride is what's going to bring the destruction. Oh, I'm too good to hear from God. I know what I'm doing. I know how to fix this. Oh, no, I got it. But you doing it without God's help, though. You don't have nothing without God. Peace, love, and blessings to come. And women, you really seriously need to hearken unto what it is that I'm telling you. And the first chance that you get, you need to run on down, pray on it. I encourage you to pray on it. I encourage folks to pray on things that I come burn telling you. I encourage you to pray on it. God ain't going to do nothing but come and slap you in your face with the truth and tell you, nope, sure, she told you is the truth. You'd better listen to this child right here. You better listen to your sister right there, because she's doing nothing but telling you the God's honest truth. And she's doing it the way I told her to do it, because I commanded her not to give a hoot about how any human being's flesh is going to feel, nor to have pity on you. Ezekiel chapter 7. Don't have no pity for not one human being. And especially whenever you've already done try to tell them, you've done planted the seed into them. They're the ones that keep on mocking and laughing and taking it funny and thinking it's a joke. No, hashtag no pity for that behind. Because so commands God over in Ezekiel chapter 7. Y'all better start learning to live in obedience to every word that ever comes out of that man's mouth. And don't, until then, quit complaining about having to deal with Pharaoh of Egypt all over again without having to be in Egypt. And if you paid attention to the holy passages, you would know that we're dealing with Pharaoh of Egypt without having to be in Egypt, because God foretold that it was going to happen. He promised it was going to be so. Why? Because of disobedience. People want to live in disobedience. Oh, but I know God. I love God, but I'm not going to boldly tell you that you're wrong, though, when that is what a child of God is supposed to be out here doing, is it not? Because God does not condone sin. God does not tolerate sinners. That was the whole purpose of Jesus Christ coming down here and him having 12 disciples who branched out and brought him more disciples. The purpose of the mouth. You are to minister, you are to witness, and you are to boldly testify. Boldly minister, boldly witness, boldly testify before you get caught boldly pleasing the flesh of some human being. Peace, love, and blessings to come, because change is well on its way, whether if you're ready for it or not, and if you want it or not, it most definitely is coming. And you all better be ready to armor up and boycott this government before you find yourself seeing history repeat itself back in Hitler's time, when Jews were out here being persecuted, Christians were out here being persecuted. Any human being that ever professed to even have, even if their relationship was rock solid with God or not, they even professed that man's name, you were out here being persecuted. And you all going to find yourself finding that piece of history repeating itself as well. History in every other area ain't doing nothing but repeating itself from where I can tell. Other children coming up in my steed, but under the age of 34, they got the same thing to be said too. One of the elders above the age of 34 going to start swallowing their pride around here and start hearkening to what it is that the sons and daughters is out here trying to prophesy to you, because God told you that in the end of days, he was going to pour out his spirit, and that your sons and your daughters will be out here prophesying to you, telling you the God's honest truth. And y'all keep on hanging on, clinging on to religion and denominations, when it ain't going to do nothing but go straight back to hell from whence it came from, because the devil's the one that conjured religion, denomination up, used man, deceived man, lied to man, and man's been out here lying to everybody else. So, entire male species, if you're on child support, you need to repent and know on today that the reason why you're on child support is not because, well, this woman, how she feels. No, it's because God saw fit to allow that to happen to you, because you are supposed to be the head of that woman, and you're not supposed to taint that woman's womb. You're not supposed to fornicate with that woman. You're not supposed to commit adultery with that woman. You're not supposed to be committing any act of sin and encouraging and influencing women and children to partake of sin. Entire male species. And to the women, again, you are not innocent. You are just as guilty as that bastard son is, and that makes you just as much of a bastard as that man is, because there's no gender assignment when it comes to the term and word bastard, according to God and according to what I've been reading up in this Bible. No, a bastard is a man and a woman and child who lacks God's chastisements. Period, point blank, end of the discussion. I don't care about what man says about how, oh no, a bastard is just a child who lacks their earthly daddy, their biological daddy. No, a bastard is any human being who lacks God's chastisements. Now, women would not be in their feelings about what this man did, and women would not be having men on child support if women knew for themselves not to be out here letting men taint your womb and fornicate with you. So both of you are equally wrong in the sight of God, and one of you need to be the bigger and better person. Which one is it going to be? Because the only ones that are suffering are the children.